We moved past the headstones ever-changing, the words upon them rearranging, from words of God to that of doom, of kin and clan to pain and gloom. The crosses fall, break and crack, as all behind us fades to black. We move past the endless dead, lined along the road ahead, and when the stones began to weather, the dead beneath them turned to leather. Then, with one single glance, we came upon the Hooven dance. 6 of them moved round and round, a tomb of stairs into the ground. A tomb to where? I did not know, but to me my guide would surely show. Then we moved toward the tomb ahead, the goatmen dancing upon the dead. And down the stairs we did ascend, twisting and turning around the bend. We came into the catacombs, filled with bones and books and tomes. My guide spoke, "Seek not their information, for they are evil incarnation." And with that drilled into my mind, we continued down the wind. Down and on into a great hall where devils scratched within the walls. And from the ceiling hung by chains, beneath them pooled bloody stains. On those chains, hung by hooks, were shackled fiends, felons, and crooks. They were not dead. They moaned in pain, suffering for their unlawful gain. And then from the walls came the sound of laughter, echoing from floor to rafter. A laugh of nature, sick and twisted. Then the chains lowered and lifted, the sinner's flesh ripped and tore, and then some of them fell to the floor, only to be raised again, their flesh renewed to never end. I watched a blood drop as it fell. It hit the floor and rewound itself. It traveled back from whence it came, only so it could drop again. The screams continued and the laughter stopped, and the enslaven sinners ceased to drop. And thus we continued on, past the weeping, screaming cons. They again fell and flung from the chains where they were hung. We continued on past this sight, back to the dark, void of light. The stairs ahead led down, and then, again, they spun around. They led into another room, thick with sickness, death, and gloom. In this room was just a taste of a gluttonous heathen race. They lay shackled to the floor, and demons feed them forevermore, force-feeding feces down their throats, till their stomachs fill, split, and bloat. The demons, putrid, nasty things, producing excrement and to another bring, only to force it down into the gullets of those on the ground. They vomit, oh so vile, whereas the demons smile. And in the acidic excrement they drown, yet it continues to be force-fed down. My guide and I continued through, past those stomachs split in two, and as I passed that gruesome act, the act rewound, as the room before, their stomachs splitting forevermore. Their intestines, blood, and organs spilling out from their torsos, only to be sucked back in to spill forever more so. We moved back into a hall dimly lit by fire, where screams did echo forth, bellowing so desire. That hall led into a cavern deep within the ground, where bushes grew without light, thorns sticking all around, and within the bushes there were ensnared bodies so bloody, infected, impaired. They screamed of their obscenities and blurted out their blasphemies. We moved down a path past the bodies, thorn entrapped, ever toward a great gate within a gruesome wall, where there was another keeper, standing very tall. He looked down upon me, and I back up at him. It was then that he gave me a very wicked grin. His teeth curled and twisted, and cut into his lips. His hair was rough and ragged, and hung down to his hips. His eyes were red like fire that burned within his soul, and they told so blatantly that wickedry was his goal. His arms were thick and veiny, blood pulsing through his veins. His eyes still looked upon me, trying to drive me insane. His skin was gray and flaky, and also filled with boils, and the stench that wafted from him was that of eggs spoiled. His groin was covered by the hide of some great beast. The fur was wrapped around his waist and hung down to his feet. I could hear his heavy breathing piercing to my core, and I watched him drool mixed with blood, dripping to the floor. It was then my guide approached this creature, sickening in its every feature. He spoke but another word to pass, this one different from the last. The word was "Bull," spoken true, and the beast then knew just what to do. From his back a key he grabbed, and it turned by fingers scabbed. The gate then opened with a clank, and thus we passed that beast so rank. Social media can be very unpredictable, especially regarding horror content. If this content gets removed, all new content will be simultaneously presented on various websites provided in the description to this video. Make sure to follow me in other digital spaces so that you never miss out on the terror. Also, if you like this video, make sure to leave a comment and hit the like button. It helps the channel a lot. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what's here, consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Writing is a dream of mine, and it's all of you that make that dream come true.